What up guys, my name is Kong and today I'm back again for another movie review for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about The Darkest Mind. To be honest with you guys, I kind of knew this movie was going to be bad. I knew this movie was going to it's going to suck. It was going to be horrible in not every aspect, but it was just horrible. And just to put it simply, it's horrible. Let's talk about what I like about this movie is that I like the character. I like the cast. I really do. I like the cast. I like the main character. I like the guy. I get the leader. I like the comedian. I like the girl Susie. Susie or Suki. I don't know. I can't remember her name. I like the cast. I really do. Especially the main girl, the main character. I really do like her. I could see her potentially. She can be really successful someday. I could see potential in her career, potentially, and I like that. I really do. Other than that, I really don't have a lot of things to say that I like about this movie. It's just that there are so many cons that there's so many cons of the movie that I see in the movies. So I'm just gonna skip over and talk about the con. The con is that I'm gonna just point out blatantly, the story is it's not interesting. It's very plain and boring. It's not well detailed. It's really on the surface story. It's not in depth. You don't get the background of the character of any of those characters, or even the villains, or you get a little. You don't even get the idea of the origin why things happens. So there was a lot of questions I have from the audience that I'm expecting the movie to give me some information, not all the information. I understand that in any movie you can't put all the information in one movie. I understand that, but you have to tell it in a way that is plausible. It have to be plausible. I don't care if it's outright far-fetched, as long as it makes sense and it's plausible and it can happen, then I'll buy it. I'll say, you know what, you get a pass. Even though I'm skeptical and I'm doubtful, you get a whole pass from me. But this movie doesn't have that. There's so many questions. For example, we don't. Why did she erase her soul? Was it just that she was a young child and just one of her powers that she's able to do? We don't really know until the maybe 3/4 in the movie. It's nothing catastrophic, and we don't feel the catastrophe, from us, the audience. And then two, why they don't totally explain how there's kids are embodied with this power and they start dying off, and the rest become have powers and some sort, and then they are put in category of different color. It's just kind of almost comically funny, if you get what I'm saying. It's just the way they develop the world and segregate these kids. It's just funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not a serious tone. It's just not serious enough. It feels like just boot camp. It doesn't feel like it's a depth camp that these kids are going. You don't feel that dread. You don't see that dread. You don't hear the dread. You don't see the kids suffering. You don't see any of that. So that's why. And another thing, the main villain are really predictable. They say really predictable lines. So the characters and the villains and the protagonists are weak. They're really surface. They're really not deep. They're really on the surface. These characters are almost generic in this simple sense of form. There really is. And then one question, okay, if you have so many kids in the world, why are there so many, high functioning or high superpower kids in the world? You just don't think. It just that logic just didn't make sense to me. I'm expecting that there would be a lot more powerful being out there who are more intelligent about this. In the world that we're presented to. So, and I kind of knew who the bad guy was, and I knew what he was gonna do. So it was predictable. It's not nothing new, And they try to make it romantic, and it just didn't quite work. It felt awkward. It didn't feel natural. It felt like it was forced. So I didn't like that aspect too. Not that I don't like it. It just feel pushed. It doesn't feel fluid. It doesn't feel natural, realistic, authentic. So, and the powers of the power that these two main characters have, the antagonist and protagonist have, are really in the level of telekinesis, or psychic, really. On border psychic, they're like, put an example, they're like Charles Xavier or Jean Grey. They're that powerful, they can control minds. So in a sense, they are really incredible. It's just, you think that they'll be able to do more with their powers. I mean, you get to see a little bit of that, but it's not in a way that is scary, not in a way that is powerful or threatening. The villain does do that, but the girl, she's really on the opposite end. Maybe I understand why they do it, but I feel like she haven't had any formal training. And then another thing I talk about is that this group of villain, not a villain, I got the League of some. See, I forget what they're the League of saving the kids or whatever. And they have their motivation is that they want to, topple the government. And, we find out that this government is run by this kid. And he had forced his dad to, he had kill his dad or run his own, military campaign against the government. Some sort of stuff. So you have two opposing organization, two opposing force. I get that, and she's caught in the middle. But we also don't get any. We get a little bit of sense of what this League of Save the Kids organization is all about. But I personally don't care because they don't really support anything to the main cast or the main characters, because it's hard to believe in that world all the adults are out after them, and you as the audience, that they have an agendas, they have an interior motive. Everybody have an interior motive, regardless if you have a good guy or a bad guy. You have an interior motivation to do for you to do that, drive you to do something. So it just, I don't really care about the organization, just plain and simple. So we don't really get to see a lot of actions. We don't. A lot of some explosion, but the explosion was weak. There was some psychic attack. Not as great. I wish it was more powerful, more on the astral plane, that sort of thing. I wish they have gone in that route, and we can see them actually fight in that mind-to-mind combat. But we don't get that. We don't. And then what I also don't like is that This movie ends on a note that is gonna be a second movie, and I hate that. To be honest with you, quite frankly, I'm getting tired of sequels. It's just I don't really care about sequels anymore. It gets is oversaturated right now. It's just I personally I just don't care. I want a complete story by itself. And it can be and you can make another movie, but it can be related in that universe. I'm fine with that, but I'm just getting tired of sequels and trilogies and quadrilogy and whatever. I'm tired of that. I'm just tired. I'm sick and tired of seeing that. You know, it's just I just don't want to see anymore unless it's really good. So that's the one thing I didn't like about the movie was that it was setting up for part two. It's like, oh, okay, I see it. It's like you think I'm dumb. So, but anyway, guys, the rating I would give this movie is a measly 4 out of 10. It's a horrible movie. It's a terrible movie. It's not a great movie to watch at all. It just doesn't deserve your attention, doesn't deserve your hard-earned money. It doesn't earn your appreciation of a good movie or a good story. It doesn't deserve your attention. It does not. Again, guys, I give this movie a 4 out of 10. So I recommend you do not go watch it. Watch something else, okay? And again, guys, most importantly, please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and browse to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of content on there, so please check out and press that bell button. Help me and help you. It's a both-way street, all right? I really appreciate it. And most importantly of all, guys, I keep saying this, but I want to say thank you so much for your time and effort to really watching my movie review of The Darkest Mind. I know that my format is not the greatest. It can be long sometimes. It can be short. Not consistent. But it's just because I watch the movie and I come back and I just talk about it. And I speak what's on my mind, what I don't like and what I do like about the movie. And yeah, I'm gonna cut that logo. I'm gonna cut it right here, and I'm gonna say thank you. Take it, guys. Bye bye.